We just played some Sage stuff. 3 rounds of Sage, and Thomas picked up a 3-0 finish on Pleiades. So he's going to talk us through Pleiades in Silver Age. Hit it.
Yeah, so I kind of played out all the reds because with Guardian, usually your blues are all the same. We've got our Machos, our Choke Slams, Boulder Drops. You run the zero-cost auras in the Superstar because it's good, and a few blue auras, but I feel like the most boring part of Guardian is the blues, and that's not really what I'm playing this deck for. I'm playing this deck for the simple question I'm going to ask my opponent. Do you think I have it?
Is that because of these right here?
It's because of the 6 pummels. And the most interesting thing about this deck is they can't always guess that I'm going to play pummel because you're also running quite a few instants in the deck. Even the blue auras come in to make your opponent have that question. So the deck revolves around really big attacks and disruption. The sideboard is very small. It's just your AB3 and some defensive tools.
And these came in handy against me in our matchup at the end there.
Yep.
Those were quite clutch. Just throwing 7 arrow and you're like, nah.
Cover 7 on the dot.
No, thank you.
And even the 1 floating can be useful if you, for instance, if you have what happens next out to get the discount, you can sometimes play a 2 aura off of what you have left.
Talk me through your red attacks up here.
Yeah, so this is because Ira is a pain. And this is because other decks that do what I'm doing are a pain. Like, these are all answers to the meta. Boulder Drop is the best card in the deck, red and blue. Concuss will be the second best because it just usually curves out really well. You've got lots of ways to pump. And then Thump, if you could actually play Thump, it's really expensive and hard to play, but the card is an absolute house.
You played it against me, actually. Yeah, they crushed me with it.
If you ever pummel this, and it does curve out really well with pummel, but it's on hit, discard 2 cards, and it just gets really, really big. And like your opponent, a lot of times just can't answer it because one thing that's notable about Sage is that generic defense reactions, other than like evasive leap, basically don't exist.
Yep.
So it does run the 6 pummels.
Nuts.
Yeah.
And then the aura that you have here, you have all of the big auras?
All 3 of the new auras in red, and then 2 of them in blue. So this gives you a reasonable chance of finding an aura on turn 0 or turn 1.
Sure.
Like the really high roll is you play 2 auras, even if you end up taking a little bit of damage. A lot of times it can be really strong.
As far as equipment, what do you got?
Yeah, so surprising to no one, Civic Steps because it blocks 3, and you can usually use good intuition to know when it's okay to give a Quicken token.
Sure.
The Blade Beckoner set is very strong. I know some people run Blade Beckoner on the chest, but I really like the new Richter scale piece from the Mastery Pack Guardian. It's a little bit interesting to use because if you'll note that the action to create 2 Seismic Surge tokens doesn't give Have Go Again. So you have to spend your whole turn doing it. So usually the play line you'll do is you'll throw like an attack into Arsenal, play 2 auras, break Richter scale, and ask your opponent, kill me this turn, or I'm going to bonk you for like 22 with Disruption. And when you are finally ready to disrupt your opponent, that's when this helmet comes into play. This helmet is just absolutely crazy. It blocks for 1 and gives you a confidence token on demand, which breaks on your turn, and then gives you the confidence effect, which again is really strong. People are running quite a few block cards since there's things like On the Horizon, which covers 4. But it doesn't really matter when you're coming in for 22, and they can't even use equipment to try to cover everything.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And you even have the fallback because your deck does block pretty well, especially with some of the defensive package that you add in, to just Titan's Fist people until you get them to that point. Because there have been games where I know my opponent's being really aggressive. I'll throw Titan's Fist at them a few times. They'll go to around 12 or 13. And then that's when I'll do it. I'll put out all the auras, and I'll say, kill me this turn, or I'm coming in for 22, and it's just going to one-shot you.
And Titan's Fist and your offhand is Bastion of Duty?
Yeah, I think you could play either chess piece. I just had the one from the round table.
Yep. Sweet, man. Well, congratulations on picking up a clean 3-0 tonight.
Yeah, and thank you for hosting.